I think really for the first time in this series, our Layton Trophy Cabin Lodge is looking a little bit unbalanced. We're reaching that point where we probably have more Layton trophies than Hirschfelden trophies, and just an aside by the way, that diamond blacktail in the sun there where the sun rays are coming through the window looks fantastic. I don't think I've been in this lodge at that time, but we're headed back to Hirschfelden. We're going to try to rectify the lack of balance here in the lodge, and we'll see if we can add any new trophies. Ooh. Right outside the lodge, we've got a max weight pheasant track. Now we do have the 16 gauge shotgun today. We're not going to do any kind of crazy loadouts for this particular hunt. And that is one thing that I constantly forget is in that Layton Trophy Cabin. We do eventually need a trophy pheasant. The question is, can we figure out where it actually is? I really hope that's our pheasant. And the thing is, on Hirschfelden, they don't really run to cover. They kind of just flush. So I want to keep the binoculars ready to spot it should we get the opportunity. That's going to be it. It is a level 2. A much smaller level 2 behind it. Either way, up to 20. If we can get a shot at it, they're going to flush back our way. Third time's a charm. That's going to bring him down. And not a bad first kill. I don't know what that estimate said on the other one. I thought it was 13 to something, so not a very big one. But we'll definitely take this guy. And just a reminder to be on the lookout for them as we're running around 17.99. Not terrible when diamond is 20.29. Ended up with a long shot after missing twice. And hopefully that's just kind of setting the tone for a good hunt here on Hirschfelden. And you know, I'm not sure how it took me this long to notice this, but one other thing with the Layton Trophy Cabin, the red deer and the fallow deer are going to have the new models obviously, which probably sounds dumb, but when that lodge came out, both those species still were with the older models, and our red deer obviously has changed. When we shot it, it still had the old model, now it has the new model in the lodge. And maybe we've done one Hirschfelden hunt since then, but I don't think we shot a single red deer or fallow deer. Otherwise, I imagine I would have thought of that, but that'll actually be nice. That's something maybe we should even look for a little bit more now when fallow deer go to drink. Because I think that could be really cool to have the new models there. We do have a drink zone here, which interestingly enough, it doesn't even start for 2 hours, so normally you won't see the zones like that. Maybe this server had the time reset? And right on cue, we have another pheasant, so super quickly, we'll just grab our stag, a 165 silver, and it looks like it's going to be flushing. I think, man, that looked like a hen to me. Was that it? That is a hen. So the question is, where in here is the rooster? I don't think it was out ahead. I guess it could have been. That one landed there. And that's the hen that we already saw? Is he? Oh, there he is. No idea what he is. Just a level 1? All that effort just to get what's probably going to be a bronze? Now he made silver at 11.89. At least we made a better shot this time, but could have hoped for better. That was... How do we have 300 meters track and we never got a track from him? Finally got up to these guys. That's not a bad sized fallow. Had the max weight estimate track, and he just kept on staying way out ahead of the others in the group. But gonna maybe try to get it back in the next shot since we don't have much else here. That felt way early. I'm thinking we're on the very left side of the neck bone, but that'll work. Vital blood and all, and I think we're well under the skull there. Yeah, just on the very left edge of the neck bone, but 199 score in gold. Not quite the size of one we want for the wall, but not a bad start. That's not a bad level 4 bison. I want to say his horns kind of curled towards each other, or he might even be a little bit higher scoring, but going a little broadside, keep switching to the 16 gauge instead of the 7mm. Not bad at all. Speaking of the 7mm, punching through and getting a heart at that angle, pretty solid. And I gotta say, I was hesitant to even track that, and now of course we gotta go and look at that one too. But I know a lot of you guys like to read the chats in these multiplayer videos, so obviously you probably saw there was a diamond bison shot already. Then I got to thinking, our first ever double diamond was bison right here on Hirschfelden, so I figured we better go after him. But check that out. Quartering angle on the trot, punched right through the lung and got to the heart, and a 117 gold, so about 10 shy of diamond. But honestly, far more impressive from the 7mm, so I think the other bison was kind of down this direction. It was downwind, so it must have been generally this way. We'll see if we can locate it yet. That's going to be our guy. Not quite as impressive, a level 2 this time. Unless he decides to turn broadside. Might have to kind of follow him a little bit and sort of run up alongside him for a shot. This should work as long as he'll stay that way for just a moment. Wait till he clears the trees there, and not going to be 2 in a row, 4 heart shots. That would have been tough, almost going through the shoulder. Should be a lung though. We should see him starting to drop, and he is going down. And slowly, as we kind of go around here and hunt a little bit of everything, we are closing in on fallow drink time. Got about 20 in-game minutes, and we'll probably give it a bit longer than that to make sure stuff gets into their zones. And honestly, I don't even know too much about where fallow primarily drink now, with everything having been changed probably over a year ago now with Reventuli. We'll have to do some exploring, but hopefully we can find some. That's kind of cool. Got a mythical female red fox out here. Almost never does that actually happen. They gotta be almost the maximum possible weight as a female to get to that. So, was gonna try to alert it. I don't think we need to. Let's just go with the 223 here. And actually, for the sake of trying to get the shot, we may alert it anyway, because it's gonna be a little bit of an awkward angle. Let's do that. Also, let's get in a little bit closer. But if it'll just stand still for just a moment, that should work. And that is honestly, we just killed a diamond red fox last time we came here at Hirschfelden. Same fur type, I believe. I would say this might be more rare. So I forget exactly what the maximum possible weight for a female red fox is. Might be that. It's a very just even number, 12.60. And it's a 12.48 scoring gold. Now, if we didn't have a diamond red fox in the Layton Trophy Cabin already, I might tax that just for the sake of putting it there as a placeholder, but always pretty cool to come across something like that. As I said, quite rare, and pretty much as good as a diamond in terms of rarity. However, not something we're going to add to the lodge, so it is fallow drink time. Gonna try to stop into a couple of different lakes and see what we can find. And like I said, we just haven't really hunted them very much since the changes, so it could take some time to really figure out the good spots. So it's happened again. Every single time we come to Hirschfelden and try to hunt fallow deer, we go around, check some lakes, try to figure out like some of the good spots, and then fallow drink time's over before we know it. Now, I really want to spot that back one because it's a level 4, and I'm just trying to spot him so we can get a shot, and he's always below trees. There we go. Finally got him spotted. The only thing is he might just get down below the hill. We can catch our breath for half a second here. That's going to be a lung shot, and at least we're going to get him down. But if we take a look at the map, it is 13:30. Fallow are pretty much done drinking. And I think we got 2, and I'm not even sure that first one was during their drink time. I can't even remember. The one that we neck shot. Whatever the situation was there. But as for fallow drink zones, that'll have to wait for next time. That was a 200.8, I think that says behind the chat. And they're basically right in the center of the right lung at 171 meters on the trot. And we have a little time until roe deer start to drink. So we'll probably try to hit some fields, just kind of see what we can maybe find out in the open. And potentially we could run into fallow deer and stuff. Obviously, because their zones have just ended, they're going to be on the move, and it gives us that chance of encountering them as they switch between zones. Now, geese are just as much a part of this trophy lodge as anything else, and that is yet another animal that we have not gotten a trophy of. Kind of a rare opportunity. They wanted to just land right in front of us, so got one maybe we can get to. It's actually flying kind of faster than I would have thought, so we'll probably let that one alone. I don't even know what we actually shot, but eventually I'd imagine as we run around Hirschfelden in probably a bunch of these videos, as we got a level 2 male, we're bound to find maybe a potential rare, even a level 5, something like that would be nice. Between all the hunts on Layton Lakes and Hirschfelden, we don't have a diamond mallard or a diamond goose. Ooh, what the heck? I hadn't even seen that. I was just getting ready to shoot this level 1 wild boar, and there's a 5 right behind him, 136 to 167. I think he knows we're here because of the wind. I want to make sure he's not going to turn right as we shoot, so let's try to give him a second. Maybe he'll turn back, or maybe we can just go with the 22. In the meantime, I might get up and walk a little bit closer, and I think just for the sake of it, we'll probably just make sure we can get him alerted. So let's shoot out of him. That's going to bring him to alarm because he was already attentive, and that is going to take him down with the 7 mil. They can troll. I think the last time we shot a level 5 wild boar, it did troll. But this is the one thing that I've kind of just had in the back of my mind on Hirschfelden that I'd like to actually get. Other than like European rabbit, which we did get, I can imagine wild boar being annoying because they do drink at night. We don't really target them much. And it's almost, you know, that same thing. The reason that we just found them right now is because they're switching zones. They're just walking across this field. Typically, there's resting in really tough to hunt areas. So, crossing all the fingers for this. Really hoping he's going to actually make diamond. Oh, he's not. He's a 144.03. A 144.25 is diamond. I just had a feeling. I shouldn't have even said it. Feel like I jinxed it, but I just had a feeling it might not be enough. 220 kilo is solid for them too. That's definitely a low trophy rating. Nice tusks. And we did, when we shot our troll elk on Layton Lakes, we did tax it. We'll tax that guy. He can at least be a placeholder. And that'll be something to work to end up improving. That's insane. Finally had a max level. We've been on Hirschfelden for a little over 2 hours. Unfortunately, he trolls us, but it is almost rodeo drink time, so I think we'll maybe try to jump around and look for them. Man, not a bad start to rodeo drink time. I thought that one could be a max level. 66 to 77 level 2. Max weight estimate and all, and just to make sure, because this is a pretty good spot. We're down here in Tischenau, by the way. Don't see any more bucks, so I think I said earlier when we shot the fox, the 223, this is the 22-250. However, it'll do just as well to take down a roe deer, so that's going to get into a lung. Actually, not only will it do just as well, it's doing very well as far as how quickly that health's going down. I don't know for sure that we've shot a roe deer with the 22-250 yet, but that was pretty good for a single lung at 200 meters. Quick kill of 96%. Very solid, but 72 score. Almost 31 kilo. I would say it's low score for that weight, but even still not bad. And this lake up here just north of us also tends to be pretty good. So you can see, looks like 3 roe deer bucks down here. All about the same size. That alert one's kind of a wonky one, so might try to get him if we can. Yeah, it's got like a weird, I don't even know what's going on. Is it just one antler? Host already left, so not going to hurt to add a little extra hunting pressure, and even at that, just shooting 2 is not going to be that big a deal. Okay, maybe we should look where we're going, but one thing I find about this spot, and just to show it on the map again after we make sure we're not going to get run over by another roe deer, what I find is a lot of times it'll just be all does. This particular server, a whole bunch of bucks. This is the second one we shot, I think, 68 score. Now I'm actually not 100% sure. Got blood here, so that would seem to be correct. And this one should be a little bit wonkier. Yeah, we can definitely see he's 65 score. So I think that wonkiness actually, if anything, cost him a bit of score. What an interesting looking roe deer. But I think on that note, unfortunately, no diamonds today, but yet another max level. So we're going to have 2 trolls in that lodge, but I do want to go and place our wild boar, and I'll kind of show why it's been one that's been on my mind this entire time, and unfortunately, one that's going to continue to be. So basically, wild boar and black bear are the 2 that go at the edge of the balcony up here, and from the lower level, you can actually see them. And we had this albino from forever ago. I was thinking of that too, like a rare up here would be awesome, but we flipped that around, just give it a little pose, kind of looking down over. And now as we stand down here on the lower level, we've got that wild boar. You can see those massive tusks, despite the fact that he's not even a diamond. Well, kind of derpy looking at that angle. Maybe if we swap to the other side of the lodge, it might look a little bit better. That's a little more like it. Seems like they might just be derpy at any angle. However, that and a bear up there would really do a lot for just making this lodge feel a lot more full. You can see our turkey back there, but I really think it's those 2 front mounts on the second level that look a lot better. So close, but yet so far on Hirschfelden, the first time in this series that we haven't had really an insane hunt. Every time we've gone there so far, it's been really good, and even at that, a hunt where we don't get a diamond, we still have a troll, and hopefully next time, we can continue to add to that lodge. I think the black bear I just mentioned from Layton Lakes was going to be really tough. Maybe that's something we can mess with the next time we head out here for the Layton Trophy Cabin, but anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.